Hello everyone, welcome to my video regarding Clue, the board game. This is a digital version, you can acquire it on Steam or you can get it on mobile. What I want to do now is I'm gonna give you a quick tutorial or a bit of help on how to play this game properly if you want to take it more seriously and try to win the game. This is not a guarantee that you will win every single time, it's not possible. It all depends on what cards you get, what moves you and the other players do. Could be that someone guesses right on the first turn. You can't help it. So yeah, let's just get going and I'll give some information while we are playing. So here we are, the murder has occurred, we got our cards, we have 2 rooms and 1 suspect. We have no weapons. It doesn't matter that much. I do like that we do not have the ballroom. The ballroom, it's a tricky one because it's the most accessible room from the beginning. If you throw a 4, it's the only room you can get into. If it's a 3 or a 2, you can't get anywhere. So the chances are higher that people will go to the ballroom at the beginning, and if you have the card, it will be one you have to show really early on in the game. Now Scarlet is asking herself, the candlestick and the dining room. Plum has one of these cards. We have the dining room, so we know Plum has either Scarlet or the candlestick. So we just put a 1 there because I use the numbers to indicate that in a certain turn, Plum had either of these 2 cards. So use the same number for that. Keep in mind when you do this, so imagine I ask Scarlet and someone else gives it to me, someone else besides Plum. You immediately know that Plum has the candlestick, it's a 2 for 1. Now like I said, here we go to the ballroom, so depending on the board, the room on top of the board, like north, is usually the one that you can get to the easiest. So Plum is asking for Orchid, Wrench and the ballroom. Orchid has one of those. We don't have any of them, so we have 3 options. I'll mark them and continue. Another little tip I can give, this is a 6-player game. Imagine playing with less people. At the beginning, and you go into a room, try and pick a character that is not playing to put into the room. This increases the chance that someone else who comes after you on the first turn might have a low roll and can't get access to a room. If you pick another player in a room and put them in a room, it doesn't matter what they roll with the dice, they can stay in the room and ask something. So, Peacock asking for Plum, the lead pipe and the ballroom. This is the second time Orchid has the chance to give the ballroom, so let's mark that. This time I'm not gonna add 2s, because it will get too complicated. Since the twice there was an option to give the same card. There is a very high chance Orchid has the ballroom. We could have Plum or the lead pipe as well, but we don't need to write that down in my opinion. So no, I am white and nobody has asked me in any of the rooms. So if I do a really low roll when it's my turn, like a 3 or a 2, I'm stuck. I can't ask anything. But there we go, I'm lucky. So Mustard here either has the conservatory, the wrench, or me, white. So there's a chance that 2 people have the wrench. But let's also keep in mind that Orchid is the one who had the chance to give the ballroom twice. Chances are high she doesn't have the wrench. So now it's our turn to give a card. I mean, we are the first suspect that can give a card if he asks something. Luckily, he doesn't ask anything we have, but the person after us does. So Scarlet either has Peacock, Candlestick, or the Study. Now, it's not too bad if you need to give cards early, because it's always better that someone is giving a card instead of no one giving a card. Imagine if Scarlet in the beginning asked something and nobody was able to give it. Everyone after her is on the back foot, because she knows something, we all need to figure out what. So it's not bad if you can give a card. Let's go to the billiard room. It's early in the game, we don't have much information. And we're staying close to the conservatory in case we have a low roll next time. So, I'm just gonna ask myself so I don't put anyone else in the billiard room, since there is little to no information about it. And as a weapon, let's figure out who has the wrench. I like to figure out what the people in the back have, so for me these two, instead of the ones in the beginning. So we can skip a lot of information maybe on these. Scarlet has nothing. Plum has nothing. Peacock has something. She has the billiard room. That's good to know. The room can be the trickiest to find out because there's more of them than the weapons or the suspect. And you can't bring a room with you anywhere you're going. If you go into a room, you can always choose a suspect again or a weapon. The rooms are static, they're in place, so you need to be in them to ask them. As you can see now, we are certain of one card. Peacock has the billiard room. If we can figure out her two other cards, which is my primary goal now, we basically became a second player. Because everything she will ask, we have a lot of information about. If she's asking cards she has herself, we know that, and we have a higher chance of knowing what anyone else will give. So it's always my first priority to get 3 of the other cards of any other player. Okay. Yes, she's asking plum, wrench, and kitchen. Again, I'm not gonna write plum and the kitchen down. I'm gonna put an exclamation mark on wrench, because it's the second time it got asked and the second time she could give something. So even without us asking anything, we have a pretty good idea she might have these 2 cards. It's not 100% certain, but it increases the odds of it being so. Plum's going to the dining room, which is really good. It's a card we have. And there's 3 people in front of us before we have to give some. This could be good information. Asking Peacock and the Candlestick. So they don't have it. I need to give it, but it's not a problem. It's not bad that we can give it because Plum doesn't know which room it is now. Still has a lot of options open. We know now that these people don't have Peacock or the Candlestick. Peacock's going to the lounge, another room we have. So hopefully she's asking something that the other 2 have. You just need to hope, you can't do anything about it if they ask something else. Asking Scarlet and the lead pipe. Doesn't have anything. Mustard have something? Yes, he does. Really good. So let's add number to Scarlet in the lead pipe. This time I'll put the number 2. Because on the first turn or first attempt he could give a card, it were 3 different cards. So if there comes another turn where Mustard can give a card, and it's again 3 different ones or 2 different ones, we can eliminate all the other cards because we know it's either all 3 cards he has or the ones we numbered. We don't know exactly which one, but we do know which ones he doesn't have. This is a good one. We have to give the launch, but it's no problem because you see, wrote down number 2 on Scarlet, but it doesn't have it. That means with 100% certainty he has the lead pipe. We can move the number 2s and we have a card from Mustard without asking anything ourselves. Mustard's going to the library. We don't have it, so if he's not asking for himself, we are safe. We don't... Oh. We are not safe. We have to give a card. There we go. But it's only helpful for him since I'm right after him. The others don't really have a clue what I gave unless they have one of these cards, so not too bad. So my goal now is I have one card from Peacock and one from Mustard. I have no more information on Peacock, but I do have some on Mustard, so I need to know if he has White, the Wrench, or the Conservator. I think Magenta here, or Orchid, has the Wrench. I go into the Conservatory, it's perfect actually. Now is a question, do I ask for White? It's a bit of a tricky one. I'm gonna ask for Mustard, since he knows I have it, so it doesn't matter. The weapon I need to take a guess and hope that nobody else can give it. Go with the dagger. Nope. Could go for the candlestick, but chances are high someone's gonna give it. Like one of these two. And then I will not know what Mustard had. Maybe I don't know now either. But nobody has the dagger, so it's a really lucky guess. Maybe he has it. No, Conservatory. Conservatory confirmed. Okay. Get rid of the number 1. It's dagger though. Could be the murder weapon. Now since I asked it and the other players see that 4 people couldn't give it, chances are really high they're gonna ask it as well. But this puts them on the back foot, because they don't know if I have the dagger or not, and I will know if Mustard will have the dagger when they keep on asking the same thing. Also, when something like this happens, where nobody seems to have a card, people tend to ask for the card that's missing, plus 2 cards they have themselves. So imagine, what shall I use? A bit hard, because I don't know that much. Imagine if I really want to know who the dagger has, I go to the dining room or the lounge and ask for Mustard. Because I know nobody has those cards and someone has to give the dagger if it's in the game. So let's see. She's not doing that because I have Mustard. Okay, Peacock can give something that's really good for us, so either the revolver or the haul. Let's go. We gained information about one of the 2 characters. We want to get all cards off. Plum's going to the lounge. We have it. Oh, we have that as well. So we know we have to give a card because nobody has a candlestick. What shall we give? I gave someone the lounge before, but don't know who. That's a mistake on my end, I should have remembered. I'm gonna give him mustard. I gave him a character or a suspect because that's something they can ask everywhere. If I give the launch, he can ask mustard again in another room. Can't do that on his next turn because he has to go out of the lounge. We can't ask that one again. Alright, we are in the conservatory and again mustard is being asked. Interesting. People seem to think it is him, even though... Oh yeah, he has a conservatory. Even though I gave him away twice already. I have a high feeling the dagger is the weapon, but... Here's the thing. If the dagger is a murder weapon, mustard is also close to knowing. He only needs to know if I have it. Again, mustard. So if he's not asking for the dagger... No, he should. Imagine if he's asking the dagger and I can't give it. And chances are high he will always be asking the lead pipe later on because it's his home card. And that doesn't give away much to the other players. Unless he does it 3 times in a row. Then you know he's not looking for a weapon anymore. Going to the library. Asking for me. Convenient. And the dagger. That's good to know. Could still mean that he has it. Plum gave something. Plum doesn't have white, doesn't have the dagger, so this is very good. We know Plum has the library, 100%. So I could go on the hunt here and ask for the dagger again. But I'm not gonna do that. I think someone else will do it and we will know eventually if Mustard has it. Gonna look for something else. We need to figure out what his third card is. Or one from Peacock or Plum now. So we are going to the hall. I have a number 2 for Peacock that she might have the hall. Gonna take it. I'm gonna take the... Oh, I'm gonna take the rope. Oh, I can't do it yet. Gonna ask Orchid since he's one spot off the Peacock. And the rope, it's a guess. Anyone could have it. So I hope not. I hope Orchid has it. Or Peacock. That's good. Perfect. This is really good. He has the hall, so we can get rid of the number 2s here. That's exactly what we wanted. It's lucky. These 2 could have had a rope as well. So that's 2 people, we have 2 cards off. We're getting close. I still think Orchid has these 2 as well, keeping it in the back of my head. Scarlet's going to the study, which is interesting because she might have that card. There was a time when someone asked a study and she was able to give it. Or Peacock or the candlestick. It's interesting to keep in mind. Orchid, she doesn't have her, and the rope. So she's basically copying what I did, besides the room. Which leads us to the conclusion that Plum has the study because it doesn't have the rope and orchid. Which is great information because we can get rid of this number 1. Meaning Scarlet has peacock or the candlestick. So even if it's not our turn, we gained a lot from this. We got a free room and we numbered down the odds of Scarlet having peacock or the candlestick. Oh, whoa, she knows already? That would be surprising. So she's saying orchid with a rope in the kitchen. I think this is just a guess. She's wrong. Yeah, there's no way that would make sense. Kitchen has never been asked. The rope, I asked it, and yeah, it's a guess. Maybe she had to go. I can't really explain why she did. Since she did that, it increases the odds that she doesn't have the kitchen. So you could place an X here, but I'm not going to. You can always imagine someone trolling just to catch everyone off guard thinking the kitchen is not in the game. That it's the murder look. Like Plum is doing right now, he's going to the kitchen. Because he's curious, why did Scarlet think it was the kitchen? Also knowing that he doesn't have it. Asking for peacock and the dagger. Oh, here we go. This is very interesting. It could be the dagger. Mustard could have the dagger. Or it's the kitchen. Like I said, I didn't want to ask the dagger because I knew someone else would probably do it. So now we gained a bit of information. We can cross out everything else on Mustard, knowing he doesn't have it. There we go. Now that I look at it, I'm highly suspect that Orchid had the ballroom. And the kitchen is the only room that I don't have more information on. So it probably is the kitchen, meaning that Mustard has a dagger. White wrench, ballroom. Yeah, see? Again, she could give something, which is logical. This is a very bad turn from Peacock. She should have known what I know. Because this is like a repeat of another turn, I think. Maybe white was different, but still. The wasted turn for her. So she's going to the kitchen. Let's see if she's asking the dagger. If she asks for the dagger, we gain no information at all. Wrench. Perfect. So, surprisingly, he has the kitchen. Eliminated every other room, so it's the ballroom. Have all his cards, so we know he doesn't have the dagger. Knowing that the ballroom, the location, and the dagger is the murder weapon. So we basically, this point is very crucial. We have all his cards. So basically we became him. We know everything he's going to ask, what he has, and what he will probably get. Especially this late in the game. He's asking for the billiard room. We know he doesn't have it. And Peacock. We know he has the lead pipe. So this is an example of what I mean. We know she doesn't have the billiard room, so she's giving Peacock 100%. This is where the game goes really fast now. So she might not have the candlestick. She doesn't have the wrench. No. Does have the range. That's also 100% confirmation. We know she doesn't have the ballroom. So that You might actually have Orchid. X this out. Okay, need to pay attention here. I just need to know who done it. I'm going to the dining room since that's one I have myself. Who done it? You must have ordered, right? You must have, because I think so. Plum or myself? I'm gonna ask myself. I don't have a weapon, so I could ask for the candlestick, and I have all her cards, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows it's the dagger by now. Let's do that. I want this to be the final turn of the game. Chances are, if I don't get it this time, someone else will. And there we go, we have it. White with the dagger in the ballroom. Here we go. So let's do an accusation, and it should be correct. Go. So if I asked for Scarlet, I was probably screwed. So, like I said, this is not 100% confirmation that you will win. It's a help, an assistance, getting the most amount of knowledge, and to increase your chances of winning the game. There's still the amount of randomness included in going in which room at what time, what other people ask. You don't have control over that. So yeah, this seems right. Let's hope it's correct. It should be. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, hopefully this was informative. If you know ways to make things even better, to help other people out in becoming better at the game, just let me know in the comments. It's important to share wisdom, to share knowledge, and yeah, help others out. It's important. Yeah, thank you for watching. Take care and have fun with Clue.